Hi guys, it's me again. I've decided to make this a 3-part video. The last bit, only a quick bit, it's just to show you if you do want to put a plastic canvas base in your handbag or your shopping bag, you can do. So I've made another bag up, but I've done everything apart from, done it, sewn it together, I'm just going to pull through into the lining, but before I do, I'm going to put a plastic base and attach it to the actual outer side, the outer layer of the fabric. Now the plastic canvas comes in sheets like this. It's just like a mesh, bending, whatever. And what I tend to do is cut a strip, and on bags I tend to do it, let me take that little tag off because we don't want that on anyway, cut dead easily. I tend to do it roughly where we've cut the corner off at the bottom, the width of the stitching on there, so the width of the where you can see along the seam line, and then across the bottom see the length. You don't need to fasten this end, the length down, but you do need to know how much it is. So from your seam, from the inside of your seam, the edge of your bag, to the other seam, flat is about there. So then you just need to cut the other bit off. You can just cut up. It's quite easy because it's gridded, so you can see how big you need it to be and where you need to cut to keep it square. So this will now fit seam to seam along the bottom, and all I'm going to do is use my sewing machine and sew over the edge just where the seam line is. Okay, and that it'll be absolutely fine. So I'm just going to do that while you're there, putting it on the very last stitch holes. If you do it carefully, your machine should be able to cope with it. So you're actually sewing over the seam that you did to be able to square the corner off. So let's go. Foot down and slowly on the back stitch. Keep it to the inside of the edge, so not over the edge, inside of the edge. Nice and slow. Everything flat, nice and slowly over the edge. So that's one side stitched in, so you can see where, I'll show you where I've sewn it. Sewn it is on top of the seam line, what we sewed before, if you can see there, just on top. You can see it on there. And then I'm going to let it run along the bottom. I'm not going to sew along the bottom, don't need to, it's only to just anchor it in place. Same again on here. The thing is, if you do it the same width as your seam on here, you know that it's going to fit and you're not going to be faffing about with it trying to make it fit. So along the seam line again, just put my needle in first, that's the best way, needle first, press the foot slowly, back a couple of stitches to tie it in, just hold it nice and flat, hold all the fabric nice and flat underneath it. So you would do this before you pulled everything through and seal that hole in. Just thought I'd better show you it, and then if you want to do it, you know what you're doing with it. It's only really cheap is the plastic canvas. It does make a difference if you wanted to keep the bag squared off at the bottom. Right, so if you don't want to do it with my machine, you can stitch it in by hand, just a few tacking stitches through it. Right, and then we're pulling everything through the lining. All you need to do is to fold it in half and pull it through the hole like so. Tuck your lining back in. Check that the fit and it's laying flat. Ooh. Like so. And it's there in the base of your bag, as you can see, and it holds this nice and stiff at the bottom underneath here. Okay, so all I need to know now is to sew my hole in my lining like I did before, in the lining bottom, pull, like tucks in, like so. If you've got any questions on that, I got that the fabric on eBay, the plastic canvas, and that is what it's called, just called plastic canvas. And you can make bookmarks with it, you can use it for cross stitch, you can do all sorts with it really. This is the first time I've used it in sewing, but I will definitely be using it again. So it's handy stuff to have. You get, I think it was about £3 for 5 sheets, 5 A4 sheets. So you could do some big weekend bags or whatever with it. You can actually stitch it together as well, so you can make one bigger piece by overlapping. If you do 2 pieces together and just sew through each hole, because it's got loads of holes in it, it's like a grid. So it's easy to sew through and it's easy to control. That's my lining stitched, so let me shove that back in there for you and then you can see properly. Give it a shake. And there we go. When I have actually finished all these, I'll show you because I've got to embellish them a little bit. But there we go. You can see how it's standing on the bottom, how it's a solid plasticky base. It can be washed as well, so you can bang these in the washer. Oh, excuse me, hiccups. You can put these in the washer and it won't damage your plastic base. Just need to get this sorted. So for now, thank you very much. Sorry for the extra little addition. See you soon, guys. Bye.